you've traveled to 46 countries. That means you've covered all the continents of the world. I
I
want to
haven't
believe
gone
that.
to Antarctica yet.
Ah!
An assumption that every American is rich. I would highly recommend
Mhm.
people to sign up and try couch surfing. Couch surfing, that means see you soon, friends.
Hi, welcome to my channel today. I have with me Christine. Christine, introduce yourself to us.
Hi, my name is Christine, and I'm from Chicago, Illinois, in the United States of America. And I'm currently in Florence, Italy. And I'm a master's student here doing an Erasmus Mundus program called Tropimundo in tropical biodiversity and ecosystems. And I love to travel, and I like to be outdoors, and I love animals.
Oh, great. I'm so happy you just said you like to travel. How many countries have you traveled to?
I have traveled to 46 countries.
What? That is shocking. That is about less than 20% of what I've traveled. No, more than 20%. No, less than. Is it less than or 12? But it's okay. But you've done a lot of travels.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel in Italy? How long have you been here, and how long are you staying here?
I have been in Italy for a little bit less than 2 months, and so far I am enjoying the Tuscan sun. It's been nice weather here, even though it is pretty much almost winter. But yeah, Italy has nice food and okay weather sometimes, and it's an adjustment, but I'm having fun.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But how long will you be here?
I will be here for maybe 2 more months, but I could be here for up to a year in total.
Wow. You've traveled to 46 countries. That means you've covered all the continents of the world. I
I
want to
haven't
believe
gone
that.
to Antarctica yet.
Anyway, so with all the places you've stayed, I know you've explored a lot. So you might have experienced a lot of cultures, places with different kind of this food you mentioned, their way of life and other things. How would you compare them? How would you say? Do you believe that the whole world have this connected cultural way of doing things? So?
I would say that different countries have different ways of life and different. I mean, there's obviously different influences coming from different cultures, different languages, different religions, background. So I would say that different countries have um, their own unique takes on life, and I think it's important to understand the different ways that people live their lives.
Okay, so with all these travels you've done, what took you there? Why did you go to? I mean, why did you travel to all these countries?
Well, as I mentioned before, I love traveling, so I got bitten by the travel bug um, earlier in my bachelor's degree, and when I studied abroad for the first time in Kenya and Tanzania. And so ever since then, I was like, wow, like this is a dream to see animals and to see nature, like the books I read as a child, like to see them for myself in real life. So it was then that I kind of decided that travel was going to be a big part of my life, and I really wanted to know more about nature and animals, the environment, people, and get to know more about the world through my own eyes, as well as getting to know about the world through others' eyes.
Perfect. With all these travels you do, what would you say are the major challenges? I mean, when it comes to, I mean, culture can be good, but it comes to their own challenges. What are some of the challenges you've experienced? Culture-wise, travels, finances.
Yeah. Sorry. Say that one last time.
Yeah, I was just asking, what are the challenges you face as you do a lot of these travels?
Yeah. So the challenges I faced when I was traveling are linguistic barriers. Sometimes I don't know or sometimes I don't know the language, or there isn't a common language, so that's going to be a problem. Finances can definitely be a problem because depending on how one travels, like it can definitely require some money, especially depending on the currency exchange. Um, and when I was so besides also traveling, I forgot to mention before that when I forgot to mention before that I also did working holidays. So that means that certain countries allowed me to get a visa in order to work in their countries. So I worked abroad um, in Australia and New Zealand, and so that obviously helped with the financial part. I also did. I've also done internships abroad as well, so that's also helped with the travel as well in terms of getting out there and not just traveling just to travel. What other things are difficult? Yeah, I mean, um, especially as a woman, safety can be an issue. So
Oh, okay.
it's it's taken time to really hone that the skill of being street smart,
Oh,
because
okay.
you really have to learn how to read people and read situations and read the atmosphere to really understand if this is a situation where you should stick around or you should really get out. So yeah, it's
Great.
important in order to develop that specific skill to stay safe in the world.
Oh, okay. But what would you say amongst all your travels has really influenced you? Some of the things you've encountered that has really influenced your life.
Hmm. I would say the people that I've met that have touched my life in
Okay.
various ways, such as in small ways where maybe it was like a kind gesture or they helped me in some way. Um, that was very different than my American way of life. So yeah, it's interesting how different cultures operate in the world, and some of them are so much more interesting to see and give me that perspective that I think is important to kind of help me um, go about my life where I am currently.
I see. But will you say that your passport also gives you that free chance to do a lot of travel? Because
Yes.
whenever you get to the US passport,
Yes,
it's powerful.
I do understand. I do have the privilege of having a very strong passport, but there are also stronger passports than mine. But yes, the American passport does give me a privilege that I'm grateful for, that allows me to travel a lot more countries, but it is problematic in some other countries as well.
Yeah, I was just about to ask that. That even though it might have helped you in some way, are there a point in time when you've gone through some kind of challenge or trouble because of your passport, because you're an American?
I think especially during like immigration areas, like if you're immigrating at the borders, there are sometimes like agents that will give me a little more trouble because there is an assumption that every American is rich. So
Okay.
there is a tendency to hassle me more for maybe bribes or extra funds, or bigger fines. So yeah, that is a downside.
Oh, that's unfortunate, but and of course Americans are rich. It's not true.
Not all of us. I mean, it's all in terms of like it's all in terms of perspective and scale, right? Like obviously, like maybe the poorest American might be more well off than someone in Chad or Niger, but at the same time in the US there's homeless people, so it doesn't mean that every person is rich enough to live the life they want within the US.
Yeah, I get it. So with these travels, I was just wondering, has there been a place among all the places you've traveled that you may want to leave, like more or less like you feel like you feel like it would be better to live there than US?
Yeah. In traveling and studying abroad, yeah, it's given me the ability to kind of see what life would be like in different parts of the world, and like to see if it would be possible for me to live there long term. Um. Hmm. I mean, at the moment, I'm trying to see if Europe is the continent that I could
Okay.
stay in. From what I have heard from media and from what I've found out while living here so far, like it seems like work-life balance is a little bit better here than in the U.S.
Oh, okay.
Um, in I'm not sure. There might be other countries, but I'm not quite sure right now.
Oh, okay.